Hey guys, John here with Survival Dispatch, and today I'm going to answer one of your guys' most asked questions. What is my EDC? As of right now for 2019, this is pretty much what I've been carrying for a while, and I will say that there's a couple items that switch out here and there, but the categories all stay the same, so just keep that in mind. And I'm always trying new and different things, as long as it fits into what I deem is appropriate for EDC carry. I'll have a couple, discussions. First off, I dress usually with jeans or khakis on every single day. I don't own any cargo pants. I don't wear cargo pants. This is not a 15, 20 pound EDC. This is something that pretty much anybody can carry every single day. With that being said, just because I carry it the way I carry it, I know there's going to be people that, oh, I can't carry a gun that way, or oh, there's too much stuff in your pockets. Always tailor your EDC to fit you. And one of the tips I like to tell people is try to start out smaller of an EDC and then build it up over time, because if people just see the amount of stuff that I carry, and I think it's quite a bit of stuff, but this is something that I carry every single day. I think there's a lot of videos online that are kind of a myth in a way, because people say, oh, this is the stuff I carry every single day. But then when you see these people, you're like, oh, is that what you're carrying? They're like, no, I left that at home. No, I left that at home. This literally comes with me every single day, to the point that the jeans and stuff that I wear, I might wear them for a couple of days. And if I do, I literally just take my belt off at night. I take my CCW off of it, and I leave everything in the pockets of my pants. Nothing even comes out of my pants, so that the next morning, or if an emergency were to happen in the middle of the night, like I've had happen a couple of times where I've had to leave my house really quick for work-related or emergency issues with family members, I can literally put my pants on. I know that I have everything that I need. And when I say everything I need, I mean like wallet, keys, knife, things like that. I'm not fumbling around my house in the dark trying to find things so that I can get somewhere. And this system really came about with an issue that I had with my wife, actually. My wife, out of nowhere, been married for multiple years at that point, and she had a seizure in the middle of the night, and I found myself, having to get her to the hospital really quick. When I got to the hospital, everything was fine with my wife at that point. She was okay. One of the nurses started asking me for identification and stuff like that. I realized I didn't have my wallet. I didn't have anything on me at all except my car keys that I grabbed. And it was just one of those things where I was like, okay, I need to figure out how can I be more prepared. So I went to the system of I leave everything in my pants that night. Even if I am changing pants, the next morning I'll grab my new pants, I'll take everything out, I'll throw it all in there. So with that all out of the way, let's get down to it. So like I said, this style fits jeans for the most part, and so I'll start at the bottom. On my left ankle, what I carry, and we'll get some close-ups of this. For medical gear, I carry an ankle medical rig. This is from PFC, Progressive Force Consultant. You can check them out at pfctraining.com. And a very, what I would consider streamlined med kit for most part. And I make a few changes. They have a flap that comes out that actually carries some more stuff. I actually cut that off and I just tuck it in the elastic just to kind of trim it down a little bit. But in here, I have a Benchmade Triage. I do have a decompression needle. If you're going to use one, make sure you have training to. In the pocket here, I have gloves. I have quick clot. I have a compressive bandage and chest seals. And then I have a R.A.T.S tourniquet. I know some of you might, I don't like the R.A.T.S tourniquet. It's, but I keep this because it fits into this system the best. I have 2 cat tourniquets in my backpack that I carry with me all the time, but a cat tourniquet just stands up a whole lot taller. It's quite a bit wider with the windlass and everything. It's a little bit bulkier. So once again, I made this fit my system, which I think is something that a lot of people have to work on in their EDC. So first of all, that's med kit. We'll break it down and get you pictures. And then starting with my left front pocket, I consider my left front pocket kind of my admin pocket. So first off is a flashlight that I always have clipped to the outside of my pants or the pocket of my pants. Now, once again, like I said, the products at times will change, but the category and the placement never changes. So I always have a flashlight on me. For today, it's a Stiletto, and I don't change it that often, but you know, if a new flashlight comes out or you guys are asking, you know, for testing or things like that, I might carry a different light, but it's always clipped to my left front pocket, so I can easily get to it if I need it. And then, you know, like I said, it's an admin pocket, so keys. I do carry a little bit of cash every now and then. Some chapstick can, you know, keep your lips nice and fresh and not dry. It can also be used to help with, you know, making a fire, and some Listerine strips because, you know, I have to talk to people all day long and they don't like bad breath. So that's what I kind of carry. Sometimes I carry a pen that kind of floats in and out of my pocket. I don't use it that often because usually I have my backpack or I'm at my desk, and I have a pen there. So this is kind of the stuff that lives in my left front pocket. My right front pocket, once again, clipped to it as always is a pocket knife. Today it's the Emerson. And like I said, I switch out knives, testing and doing different things. Sometimes I just feel like carrying a different knife, but it's always clipped to my right front pocket. I also carry my TK422 Designs aluminum minimalist wallet. That's the only things that I keep in that front pocket. Now in the coin pocket, I keep 2 items, and I think the coin pocket is a pocket that's often forgotten when it comes to EDC stuff. People don't put stuff in it, and they wonder why their main front pockets are big and bulgy, because everything's fallen to the bottom. So in that pocket, I keep a Exotac Nano Strike, and this has a quick tender tab in it also for if I need to get a fire started. So keep that in there. And a Leatherman squirt. This is kind of a newer one. I lost my last one out in the woods, but 99% of the time, a Leatherman squirt will get you by with whatever daily tasks you need. And once again, I carry a larger Leatherman in my bag, but in my pocket, I always have this. And the most used item is probably the flathead screwdriver or the scissors. I love having a pair of scissors in my pocket. So that stays in my right front pocket. I don't keep anything else there. On my wrist, this is a piece of shock cord, and it actually has like a striker off of, say, a Bic lighter or something. If you ever had to break tempered glass, you can pop it, like we used to pop rubber bands on each other's arms and stuff. You can pop it and it actually break glass. So if you ever needed to get in, it's just something that I've carried for a long time. I always carry a watch. It varies from time to time, but always carry a watch. And so that's what I carry in my front pockets. Now, moving to my side, I carry, and I actually made this just to, once again, fit my system the best. I like leather belt clips for all my, everything that goes on my belt actually has a leather belt clip, because 90-some-odd% of the time, you can usually tell if you start to have an issue where it's starting to rip. And this holster, I took 5 pistol classes last year. I used this holster every single time that I went training, so I know it's going to hold up. I like the fact with leather belt clips, I don't have to take my belt off to route my mag carry-on or take it off at the end of the night. If that's what you want to do, I can just simply pop it off like I just did. This is a Raven concealment holster that I actually modified some leather belt loops on to fit. Today I'm carrying a Glock-fed pistol, so I got a 17 round with a Terran Tactical base plate on it. But this is a universal Raven concealment holster, so if I was carrying a Smith & Wesson for the day, I could slip it in. It would still have good retention, or a CZ, whatever it might be. So that's why I kind of like that. I keep it. Now I will say I carry appendix inside the waistband. I think everybody should carry inside the waistband if you're a concealed carry. That's just my opinion. You can have your own. But when it comes to my mag carry, it's actually outside the waistband. This mag carrier is small enough, it doesn't go below my belt line. And the good thing about it is, whenever I reach for a mag, if it's a CCW situation, if I have a war belt on, it doesn't matter if I'm running a dual mag carrier, my mag is always coming from the same place. I don't carry it like appendix in a side cart for CCW, you know, on my side, on my war belt, in the back, you know, for something else. It's always in the same place. So it's kind of just being a creature of habit. If the gun ever went dry in a stressful situation, I'm always reaching to the same place. I'm not going to different places based on the environment or my carry. I'm always going to my left side. I know a mag is always going to be there no matter how I'm dressed. So that's why I carry my mag the way I do. And then moving to the front, and as you can see, I'm wearing a pretty form-fitting shirt, and I kind of did that on purpose just so you guys can see. You can still wear this amount of gear as long as it's held up properly by a proper belt, and as long as you have good quality holsters, it pretty much disappears. And I know some of you guys are going to say, like, I'm a little bit heavier, you know, and I can't carry appendix, or it's going to really print if I do that. Yeah, then you can start to move things around, but still you can wear a former fitting shirt and not be seen as much. So in the front, from my offhand, I always carry a blade. This is a clinch pick, so it just fits right into my belt, stays nice and tight. And if I ever needed my offhand, I do have that ability. And then in the front, today, this is a Salient International blue pistol. It's one of their own designs. It has a lot of features from a Glock, but it's not necessarily a Glock. It's not made by Glock. In a Veil Solutions Ronin holster, I think this is the best inside the waistband holster on the market. I love it. The wing keeps the grip of the pistol real nice and tight. Leather belt loops just like I like. And then on the back, it actually has this hump that helps push the front of the barrel out just a little bit and keeps that grip in, once again, keeping the printing to a minimum. I'm a bigger guy. I mean, I'm 6'5", 220. I've been carrying for a long time, but this is a Glock 19 size, pretty much, pistol. I do carry a 34 size even at times because it doesn't really get any longer. In this holster is made for up to a 34 with a SureFire X300 light and a Triage RMR on it. So that's my setup. And once again, you guys can have your own opinion. This does change. I might carry a Smith & Wesson some days. I might carry a P10C, but it's always the same holster, same location, same draw stroke, everything. So that's the CCW part of it. So that's what I carry on my belt line. And then go into my back right pocket. This is where I keep my phone. So my phone always lives in my back pocket. I do that mostly because whenever I get in my car or anything like that, I always take it out. I set it on the dash or console or whatever. So it always comes out. So iPhone 10, and you know, we all carry phones, so carry them. In my back left pocket, I think the back left pocket is another forgotten pocket. Nobody ever seems to put anything in there. I carry the R.A.T.S tactical sear pouch, and I've modified this a little bit to fit more of a daily life. And it's one of those things where I know some of you are going to be like, oh, great, you know, he's going to be captured. It really has nothing to do with like escape and evasion for the most part. I keep some things in here that I've utilized that I think could get a lot of people out of a bind, you know, if they were to ever need it. The first being when you open it up, I keep $50 in here, just because, you know, you could find yourself without having cash. I know as long as I have my sear kit, and I always have this on me, that I have cash. So if I ever ran out of gas, if I ever found myself in a situation where my credit card wasn't working for some point, I know I have enough cash to pretty much get me out of any situation. And then I have just some lock picks, small ferro rod, and quite a few other things that we'll go through in a picture, that I just like to have on me for kind of comfort items. I have used the lock picks multiple times, being doors that get locked in our office, people that have been locked out of their home. I've trained quite a bit with lock picking kits, and I'm pretty good with them. But it's super small, super compact. You can throw this in your back pocket. It pretty much disappears, and it's just nice to have some extra tools in order to get any task done. So that's what I keep in my back left pocket, and that's everything. You know, that's pretty much it. I mean, a bang, that's an EDC. Because you got to have an energy drink in your hand, so that's an everyday carry. But that's pretty much everything I carry. I know some of you guys might think it's a ton. Other guys might say, where's this, where's that? This is many, many years of carry, thought, changes, and evolution of my EDC system. And like I said, it'll constantly change as new products come into the market, as better products come into the market. You know, it'll constantly evolve, but pretty much the location of everything has stayed the same for multiple years. So that's a look at my EDC. I'll show you some breakdowns of actually everything that's in the kits and pictures as well. If you guys got any more comments with regards to EDC carry, feel free to leave them below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and until next time, be safe.